Welcome to the Design Documents section of my portfolio. Inside of this section you'll find some subsections made up of completed designs, game pitches, high concepts, scripts and story arcs, and design analyses. My completed designs are made up of two different designs. One is called Parched, and it was a project that I did with two other students. I was responsible for being the primary consultant on the concept behind the game, as no other student in the project had ever played an MMO game, while plenty of them had played FPS shooter games. With Parched, we decided to combine both the MMO genre and the FPS genre to create a high-speed, high-paced action RPG game. It is a true multiplayer game, and you'll find everything broke down in the Parched design document, including classes, graduating classes into what we call epic character classes, as well as character mission progress, status designs, and concept art to go along with the game. You'll also find inside the completed designs a second game design that I've completed that's intended for the Microsoft Xbox 360 called Race Pro Driver. And the primary goal with Race Pro Driver was to bring a true racing simulation to the console. I was tired of playing games such as Forza Motorsports 3 and getting a half simulation, a game where you could do a lot of adjustments and changes, but yet you were still limited in the amount of data that you could receive as well as process in terms of tuning vehicles and setting them up. So Race Pro Driver will bring real true tuning software from a company called Motec into the game to allow for true adjustment of everything related to the car. It'll also have an MMO progression element to it, where players will start off in entry-level leagues to get their feet wet and slowly graduate up into the larger class leagues such as NASCAR and IndyCar racing series. My game pitches are made up of two individual game pitches that I put together. The first one being called Advanced Tactics Team Warfare, which was a multiplayer game where kills were no longer part of the scoring process. Kills would not allow a player to win the game. In fact, it is all about capturing and controlling strategic objective points for the purposes of scoring points and ultimately winning out in the map. And the teams are set up as attacking team and defending team. The second pitch document that I've included is a pitch document for a game called Bermuda, and it is a first-person action game where players are lost. The player plays the character of Hal Brent. He's lost over the Bermuda Triangle and disappears for over 30 years. When he returns, he is now 30 years the same age. He has not aged at all, but the world around him has aged 30 years around him, and he's trying to put together the pieces of his life. I have two high concept documents included as well. The first one was a project given to me by my instructor, and it was a bad idea and how to make a compelling and fun game even out of a bad idea, something that I believe will prove useful when it comes to trying to find a job in the game industry. And so the bad idea was a game called We Sim Pimp, and I created a game where I wanted to create some fun and humor, such as what you would find in Family Guy or The Simpsons, and combine it with elements of Grand Theft Auto and Sim City to create a fun and enriching experience. The second high concept that I've included is a game called Volition, and I've called it Grand Theft Auto meets Shenmue, and it's about players utilizing their intuition to solve their way through a game where they would not actually have any weapons of any sort. They would only be able to use their fists and their own ingenuity to get through different situations through the game. I also have included scripts and story arcs, and inside of my scripts and story arcs you'll find a first level, first quest breakdown of a script for a game called The Grand Adventure of Buck Savoy, a game that has never been produced or published, but has all of the lead-ins and tie-ins based on how characters make decisions, or players make decisions for their character through the adventure of their first quest in that game. The second one was The Fate of Arrington, which is a anti-hero story arc where the player plays a goblin who is striving to overthrow the orcs, who are the oppressive rulers of their race, and then also in the same token become a hero for his race by overthrowing the men of the continent of Arrington as well. And then finally I've included two design analyses, and these are designed to be theoretical approaches to how and why designers made certain choices for game hooks and game mechanics in order to attract the player and keep them hooked into a game. So I've included a design breakdown of the WoW Classic Dungeon Zul'Gurub, and I've also included the first level intro hooks from Metal Gear Solid 2. If you have any questions, please leave comments or shoot me an email and I'll be glad to help. Thanks, have a great day.